edition of Fresh Perspective, where we give you a fresh look on today's hot topics. And then no hotter topic than the NFL playoffs right now. All I can say is wow. But before I get into it, I got to introduce the panel. I got the great orator and tactician, the GOAT, Mr. DB. Talk to me.
Shit, ain't nothing to talk about, man. Damn Saints done laid another egg. Let's do some work, man.
All right, cool. And we also got Blueprint over there in that Patriots hat with that smirk on his face. The Blueprint, Mr. Jeremy Flanagan. Talk to me.
Shit, man.
Drew Brees was outplayed by a journeyman. Let's go.
All right. Hey, DB, you got to get the floor first, man, because number 9 is your guy.
Hey, look here, man.
So talk to me what you see.
Let's just go ahead and call spades a spade, all right? We got Patriots fans here. The worst nightmare was about to happen to because we weren't going up there to Philly and taking no loss. Number 9 was going to meet number 12 in that big game. We will take care of him like we did 18. But let's put this thing in its proper perspective. The Minnesota Vikings defense, in my opinion, the number 1 defense in football. We knew that going into the game. Number 9 had his work cut out for him. Whatever they rehearsed in practice, whatever they were scripted in practice was not working. Halftime was the best thing that happened to them, and they was nothing short of amazing after the half. Their defense was able to keep it under control, but at the same time, you got one job. They got the ball with 23 seconds left. We give you anything. All we're going to do is make a tackle. I don't care what play you run. I'm going to make a tackle. Fundamental football, coaching matters, and when coaching matters and plays are not executed, you look like the Georgia Bulldogs and you look like the New Orleans Saints. That's how you're going to look. The coach tell you to run, we run in this defense, you supposed to be in this one spot. That's all you got to do. Be right there. Stand right there, the ball will come to you. Make a play, we out of here. The Saints did too much work as a team collectively to get back in the game. Drew Brees showed how great he was when it was time, when it was money time. His team needed him to drive back down the field and get money, and that's what he did. I still do not like the call on 3rd down and 1. I agree with what Jeremy said off the air. I want 6. I don't want no field goal. I hate when teams leave it up to the field goal kickers to make the play. They had the ball, 3rd and 1. I would have took my shot instead of running the ball up the middle. I would have took my shot. And if I don't get the 1st down, then we'll kick the field goal. Because I don't want him with no time. But you gave Case Keenum time to make a Hail Mary throw, and he made that throw. I got to tell you right now, Stephon Diggs, shout out to my boy Courtney. He been talking about Stephon Diggs the entire season. I've been watching that boy. He was balling with Teddy B. He was balling with Sammy B. And now he's balling with Case Keenum. That boy is the real deal. Stephon Diggs, you are on the way, son. That play you just made, you didn't give up on your team. Shout out to the Vikings finishing the game. Football fans, everybody, that is how football is supposed to be played. These 2 games we saw today went down to the last play, and for the fans of the game, we couldn't ask for more. But for the fans of the Kings, I feel for you. Now you got to join the Falcon Nation in the hurt. Your ass is going to
Well, DB, I tell you this. DB, I tell you this. First off, Stephon Diggs is from my Maryland Terps.
I know he's from your Maryland Terps. I know.
If you go back to the beginning, when I show our week 1 show, I did talk about Stephon Diggs and was he going to ball out. It's canon and it's on wax. But now we got to go to the Blueprint, and he over there smirking. See, what the fans don't realize.
I hope he's not smirking next week with Jalen Ramsey getting over there.
We've been talking Drew Brees, Tom Brady off air for the longest, man, and I thought he was going to get it. And Blueprint been talking a lot of stuff, man, about Tom and why he's the GOAT and why Drew Brees he's not the one. So Blueprint, talk to me, man. What's on your mind?
What's on my mind is Drew Brees was outplayed by a journeyman. He was outplayed by a journeyman.
Hey, explain to me how he was
25 for 40. He was 25 for 40, 294 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and Case Keenum. Case Keenum numbers was 25 of 40, 318 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 1 turnover.
Come on, man. Are you gonna see?
This is why I say he was outplayed. This is why I say he was outplayed.
Man,
This is why I say he was outplayed. This is why I
you,
say.
my boy, you be reaching, bro. You be
But hold
reaching.
on. This is let me finish. This is why I say he was outplayed.
Okay.
If you go back to that last drive, like you talked about, 3rd and 1, and you have Drew Brees at the helm, and you have an opportunity to win this game, you know, leaving that amount of time on the clock, you have to at least try for 7. Try for 7. You have to.
I don't disagree.
They turn around. They hand the ball off to Kamar, and
I disagree with you.
They don't pick up the first down. It's 4th down. They have to settle for the field goal, right? You settle for the field goal. You leaving that much time on the clock. If a team drives the football down the field and they kick a field goal, they're going to win the game. So you're banking on a defense that is dead last in the league.
No, not this season.
What is their defense?
The Saints defense was middle. The Saints defense was middle of the pack this season. They were playing great football in the second half, and I have to say that I disagree with you.
They played great in the second half, but I will not bank nothing on that Saints defense, period.
I am saying to you that I disagree with you on saying that you have to get a touchdown. I wanted a touchdown. You wanted a touchdown, but you don't have to get a touchdown.
You have to get a touchdown in that point. At least make an attempt to get a touchdown. They didn't even throw the ball to the touchdown. They didn't even try to make an attempt to get there.
I get you. That's hindsight. We saying that shit after everything just transpired. We can say it now because that's everything.
But did we not say that? Did we not say that? Did we not say that during the game?
When that moment happened, it was 23 seconds on the clock. On that play that Stephon Diggs just made, that is on the Saints. The Saints blew the game. It was no timeouts left. That was the last play of the game. All the kid had to do was make a tackle. He had one job.
Guess what?
He had one job. He had to make a tackle.
Guess what? It wasn't even 23 seconds. It was 14. That makes it even worse. That makes it even worse.
Not on the play. I'm talking about when they got the ball.
That makes it even worse that you got the ball. You stopped them. You stopped them. You made them use a timeout. Then all you had to do was make a play. That's it.
They made them use both of them. They had 3, called 1 on the drive to make it. When it was 3rd and 1, they called a timeout, which I don't understand why the fuck they did that.
Okay,
go ahead.
I ask you this now, Burks. Everybody knows you are number 9. That is, you a Falcon. You're a Falcon to your heart, but number 9 is your favorite quarterback. Does this loss reflect on number 9 at all?
No, this loss don't reflect on number 9. He did his job. This is very similar to Tom Brady walking off the field.
No. You're not going. No, we talking about number 9. Keep TB12 out of this.
It's my time.
Keep him out of this.
Super Bowl losses when he walked off the field with the lead. Am I right or wrong? Tell the truth.
Am I right or wrong? Keep Tom out of this. Keep Tom out of this.
You're right. The 2 times he lost to the Giants, he had the lead when he sat down.
When Tom Brady walked off the field, he had the lead. Drew Brees did what he had to do. They gave him the ball with 1 minute and 29 seconds. He went down there, got money.
You know what the difference was? Tom Brady scored touchdowns. He didn't kick field goals.
If I'm playing anybody for this loss, I will have to go to where I always go first, which is coaching. Coaching matters, and time management was not used properly on that drive. I promise to God, with 1 timeout to go on 3rd down and 1, I'm calling my best play to get me 1 yard, not that play, the line to play up to get the ball in the center of the field. I am trying to tell you the facts. We are going for the win. If I don't get it, then I'm kicking it. But I'm going for this win. That's just me.
Now, another interesting thing.
I don't want no time.
Hold on.
Because when you leave time, that's what happened.
Minnesota called that timeout. I remember you text, what are they doing? They spent the time out. Mm-hmm. But that actually helped give them the time that they need to throw this Hail Mary, praise God, whatever you want to call it. That was actually a good coaching move.
But see, what I was saying to you is they called the timeout. The Saints was going to call the timeout. They was about to call the timeout. Minnesota called the timeout. The Saints was going to call the timeout right there so we can figure out what we want to do. Because 9 times out of 10, if the Saints have to call the timeout on 3rd and 1, then the whole playbook is not open. They got to run a pass and they got to run something to the sideline because we don't have no timeouts left and we got to get the ball out of bounds and we got to get this first down. They played their hand, but Minnesota did everything they could to get the Saints to win at the end of the game. And the Saints turned right back around and gave it to them. Turned right back around.
Okay.
Right back around.
Now, DB, I asked you because
everybody witnessed this shit. I'm not making nothing up. I'm not reaching. I'm not co-signing. I'm not making excuses. We all saw what just happened. That game was dead meat.
Okay. Quick question to the blueprint. Does this affect Drew Brees' resume, his legacy? How do you feel about this? Is this on Brees?
I don't think it's gonna affect his legacy. The only way Drew Brees is gonna get his blueprint. Go ahead, bro. Because you know what he's gonna say, but go ahead.
You exactly right. You know what I'm gonna say. Of course it affects his legacy. Come on, man. This man playoff record he took another L, right? So obviously, when we look at his playoff record and his playoff resume, when you want to talk about who's the GOAT, who's the greatest, when you want to say he's going to overtake the throne of Tom Brady, you can't even win a game. Because first of all, let's be real. If Drew Brees was the Drew Brees who we thought he was going to be going into this game, there's no way you be down 17-0. Being mollywopped like this in the first half. There is no way. Yes, you battled back. Yes, you battled back to get your team into the game. But times where they needed 7 from Drew Brees, they had to settle for 3. They had to settle for 3. They had to settle for 3. And that right there is the testament of that's a difference between Tom Brady and Drew Brees.
Tom Brady got 4 Super Bowl wins.
Hold on.
I ain't seen Tom Brady throw no walk-off touchdown yet. What the hell is you talking about?
What you mean walk-off touchdowns?
He ain't throw it. He handed the ball off last Super Bowl.
What you mean?
Super Bowl wins. He kicked 3 field goals. What
Tom Brady.
And he got an interception by his defense on the field for it. What are you talking about?
Yes, but what he did, he went and scored 7 though. Did he? Did he or did he not?
Bro, he only did that the last one.
He put 7 up, right? He put 7 up. He put all I'm saying is he put 7 up.
What about the other 4?
He put 7 up. At the end of the day, Case Keenum, a journeyman who we didn't even think was going to be the starter of the Minnesota Vikings at all going into the season. Led this team to the NFC Championship, and they beat the guy who a lot of people are considering the best quarterback in the game. And they wonder why Drew Brees don't get the praise he deserves. It's games like this that you lose. It's games like this.
Games like this that you lose. Continue. You done? Let me know.
Well, and it shows like this that let people know, where you need to go to get that real information, to get that real pack.
Hey, Hawk. No, Hawk. They don't want to hear you right now. They ready for me. Let me get in this ass right quick. Because I've been waiting on this shit. You can't run now. Number 1.
Who running?
No, don't worry about it, bro. I knew you ran track. I'm start calling you Usain Bolt. But listen to me, this is what's about to go down because you're not going to sit here and lie to the people because that's what you be doing. You always want to use the facts that benefit the argument, but don't tell the whole story. But let me give it to you. The first 3 Super Bowls, that Tom Brady won, he had one job: get my team in field goal range. Tom Brady did his job. We kicked the field goal. We win the game.
Hold on, and where was we at though? The Super Bowl, right?
Who was talking?
The Super Bowl. Difference. Not a divisional game.
The fourth Super Bowl, listen to me, bro. The 4th Super Bowl, you got an interception. Ain't had nothing to do with Tom. You got an interception. That's how you won that game. And then last game, you got your.
Tom Brady had to drive the ball down the field.
He drove the ball down the field,
and he scored.
That's the only time he got set.
It was left up to his defense. What are you talking about? It was left up to his defense. It was in the Super Bowl. You talking about division games?
I want y'all to know.
We're talking about division games versus Super Bowl.
I want y'all to know that his career in basketball, ready for Jeremy Flanagan, his alley-oop button is high.
Hold on. Time out.
Because you just said it. Jeremy just told the people.
You talking about division games.
Go ahead, Jay. I'm going to wait.
You stuck on. See, it's a difference. Let me tell you how it's levels to this. It's levels to this shit, bro. Let me give you the levels. This is the Super Bowl. We sitting here arguing about what Tom Brady did in the Super Bowl. Your quarterback can't even get out of the division, bro. What are you talking about?
What did you just say?
He can't even get out the division.
What did you just say?
He has division L's, losses in the division.
Get it all out.
Make it to the NFC Championship game, then yeah, maybe we could be talking about Drew Brees then in the NFC Championship game. How many NFC Championship games have Drew Brees played in, DeMarcus? DB, I'm asking you a question. Answer my question. How many championship games? How many NFC? I answer your. Go ahead. What's your question?
Answer my question first. You just said the key word in this whole debate that I've been having with you the entire week. Your team, overall team, coaching staff, defense, special teams has always been left and better than number 9. You just told us in front of everybody. Everybody heard you on this podcast, on this phone. You said we're going to leave it up to the defense. That means you're leaving it up to Bill Belichick and you're leaving it up to your team, which has always been better than number 9's team. Am I right or wrong?
So now number 9 ain't have a team though.
He don't. Am I making this up?
He ain't got no team.
Defense just did. You just saw what his defense just did. America
the defense was balling in the second half. What are you talking about? So you're gonna bank this off of one play, right?
What the defense just did.
You're gonna bank this off one play.
They do that shit every season.
One play. Well, answer my question then. Answer my question. How many NFC Championship games have Drew Brees been in?
He been in one and he won it.
He been in one, right? How many division games in the playoffs has he lost?
He lost like 5. I say like 5.
Oh, so your boy is what? What's his record in the playoffs right now?
He got 300 yards in every one of the games.
No, I ain't asked you that. I ain't asked you what he got. Because it ain't about the stats. It ain't about the stats. You want to be so focused on Drew Brees and his stats. And that's why you want to put him above everybody. That's what you want to do. You want to be. No, see, it's always about Drew Brees and his numbers.
I've been telling you for 2 weeks. I've been telling you the whole season that Tom Brady's teams are better than number 9's team. When number 9 has an opportunity to win the game the way Tom have to do it, y'all don't lay that egg. Y'all don't give up a touchdown. Y'all don't give it up. Am I right or wrong?
Okay, but hold on. Hey, D Burks.
Do they give it up?
Real quick. All right, D
answer
Burks.
my question.
So I'm gonna ask you. Hold on, no, Jeremy. Hold on a sec. Hold on. So D Burks, I'm gonna ask you this. I know you're passionate right now. I know you're feeling it right now, and that's cool.
It's crazy.
So on that last drive, you said he went to the same guy 3 times.
He went to the same guy 3 times.
So
difference between him and Brady.
What was number 9 doing?
2 drops too. Tell the whole story, Ho. 2 of the plays. Two of the plays was drops.
Ho, ask your question. Let Ho ask his question. Ask your question, Ho, so we could get the answer.
He went to Willie Snead. We got the first down.
Let Ho ask the question.
Bro. We all just saw that game. I'm going to take you back to another divisional game when he played against the San Francisco 49ers. He went down the field, threw the touchdown to Jimmy Graham with 48 seconds left, and then they did the exact same thing.
Hold on. Well, time out. Let
Ho ask the question. Same thing.
What's the question that you? What's the question you trying to ask?
Everybody here listening. Did they do the same thing, Jeremy? Did they do the same thing against the San Francisco 49ers? Drew Brees threw the touchdown to get the lead. It was less than a minute to go, and went down there and threw a bomb to Vernon Davis.
I'm more focused on the question at hand. I'm more focused on the question at hand. What's the question that you're trying to ask?
The question at hand is, like you said, they in striking distance. Number 9 did not go for 7. Are you putting this on the coaching staff?
I said that's coaching, bro. I said
that's not the coach, bro. The coach is not.
What are you talking about?
How you gonna say that's on the coach?
How y'all gonna say this shit, bro? They had one job. We kicked the field.
How you gonna say this on the coach, though, bro? Your quarterback went to the same dude 3 times. That's not the coach's fault.
Hold on, bro.
You went to the same dude 3 times.
Hold on, time out. So you're talking about the 3 times he went to Michael Thomas and Xavier Rhodes, one of the top 5 corners in the game. Or you're going to talk about when he went to Willie Snead on 4th down and got the first down. That point you're trying to make
him going to the same guy 3 times.
Would be very valid if we didn't get the first down. But the Saints got the fucking first down. What are you talking about? They got the first down.
Did you get 7? Did you get 7?
No,
you needed 7 to win this game. You needed 7 to win this game.
Points.
If you leaving more than
the score was 23-21. They walked downfield, kicked the field.
Can I ask you a question?
Had one job. I can't believe I'm acting like this, bro.
Can I ask you a question? How many NFL games? Hold on. How many NFL games we've seen to where teams leave 25 to 30 seconds left on the clock when they kick a field goal and they only up by 2 points? How many games have we seen those teams lose the ball game?
I want you to pull up the numbers right now or the percentages. I guarantee you it's less than 20. I guarantee you it's less than 20% of the time.
You tripping because everybody in the NFL says 25 to 30 seconds is a long time in the NFL, especially if you got at least one timeout under your belt. You could either get the opportunity to get your field goal in a field goal range, get your kicker in the field goal range, or you could win the game like Case Keenum did, and Case Keenum put a stamp. He put a dagger through the Saints' heart with that pass to Stephon Diggs, and he became a king. They're gonna talk more about Case Keenum than they do Drew Brees, bro. Bet.
All right, well, let's talk about
Case Keenum gonna get more love than Drew Brees.
Fuck bullshit I ever heard in my life, bro. Are we talking about football here? Or we talking about bullshit?
Call it what you want to call it. Call it what you want to call it. Case Keenum outplayed Drew Brees.
Coach a football team, red ball team, college team, high school team, pro team, flag football team, man team with 20 seconds to go. You better kick the goddamn field goal or your ass gonna lose. Book it.
Yeah. If you kick a field goal, you're gonna end up like the Saints. So you better go for 7.
Hey, Jeremy, let's talk about number 12 real quick because
come on with the bullshit.
DB's point is 12 got a lot of help. He got a great coach. He got a phenomenal offensive coordinator. Let's be honest. When Bill
Belichick ain't losing no game like that.
When Josh McDaniels wasn't with the Patriots, y'all didn't win no Super Bowl. They actually hired the man back, and y'all won the Super Bowl. You've had phenomenal defenses. What do you say to somebody who says that number 12 has had a lot of help to be who he is and where he's been?
Who you asking?
I'm asking Flanagan.
What you asking?
You ain't talking to me about the shit.
I'm asking. What you asking?
Stay tuned for the entertainment. Jeremy finna give y'all a great.
What you asking?
I'm asking you, what do you say to the people that feel like Tom Brady has had a lot of help? You got an all-time great coach. You got a phenomenal offensive coordinator that when he left your organization, y'all didn't win anything. He comes back, y'all win it again.
Don't forget the Chiefs.
But hold on. Have we won Super Bowls without Josh McDaniels? Answer that question.
Yeah.
I know you guys to win a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the first 3.
Got 3 of
them. Okay. 3 without him, right? But two with him and 3 without him. Okay.
But what do you say to the people that says that Tom has had a lot of help?
Make sure you tell the people about the cheating scandals too. Make sure you.
First of all, I'm gonna tell. This is when. Okay. For one, I don't even care. I don't even care what it is that they gotta say. Oh, it's Tom Brady's a system quarterback. I done heard it all. System quarterback. He benefits from Belichick. If you take Belichick away from Brady, Brady wouldn't be Brady. And Brady has a defense. He always had this and that and the third. Tom Brady won games with receivers who you never even heard of before. He done made stars out of guys who you ain't even heard of before, and you probably won't ever hear them again. Hold on. We're not talking about Drew Brees right now. We're talking about TB12. I got the floor.
Go ahead.
So when you talk about Tom Brady, Tom Brady, for one, when you want to talk about the scandals, guess what? At the end of the day, you still have to go out on the field and execute. You still have to go out on the field and execute. They talked about the Deflategate. He went up against the number 1 defense in the NFL in the Seattle Seahawks, and he shredded them. He totally shredded them. Matter of fact, he did it even worse in the 4th quarter with a good football. So, like I said, the Deflategate stuff like that stuff don't matter. Let's talk about what's factual. What's facts is Tom Brady, when it's time, he is the most clutch player I've ever seen in the NFL, period, at the quarterback position. He is clutch. He's money. He does exactly what it takes. He takes control of his team. He don't leave it. Listen, Bill Belichick don't call offensive plays. When Tom Brady go out there on the field,
no argument.
When Tom Brady go out there on the field, Josh McDaniels give Tom Brady 3 plays. It's up to Tom Brady to make those necessary adjustments to put his team in position to be successful. And he do it time and time again. When we looked at Drew Brees today, Drew Brees was not putting his players in position to be successful?
The fuck?
When you go to the same guy 3 times? I guess come on now. What does that tell you? Is that the coaches? Is that the coach who doing that? Or is that
I guess we all just missed the whole day.
Your quarterback showed that he had only trust in one man.
How the fuck?
And that was Thomas to make a play. He had trust in only one man. When you go to the same guy 3, when have we ever seen Tom Brady go to the same guy, same play now, 3 times in a row?
What?
3 times in a row.
Oh,
we ain't never seen it, bro.
You just said
he spreads around the ball. He spread around the ball. He makes everybody else around him better. They elevate their play. He takes sorry players and he elevate their game and put them on a whole nother. He make them play on a whole nother level than what Drew Brees make his players play at. Come on, bro. Are you kidding me? Let's talk about Chris. Let's talk about a guy in Chris Hogan. Let's just go to last year, right? Grunt wasn't playing last year, right? We didn't have Gronkowski. We didn't have our best receiver in Gronkowski last year. They say Tom Brady has a lot of help. Tom Brady was suspended for 4 games last year, right? He came back and had an MVP season.
One question at a time. How many games did y'all win when Tom Brady was suspended?
That's not what we're talking about.
I'm not just answering the question.
Listen, man, let me get my point out. This man, I already answered that question before.
No.
I already answered that before.
No.
Listen,
this is the time.
I already answered that question before.
We've been talking about this shit all week.
They were 3-1 without Tom Brady. They were 3-1 without Tom Brady. They were 3-1 without Tom Brady.
Hold on.
Listen. You trying to address? We on Fresh Perspective right now, not DB's personal podcast. We on Fresh Perspective.
You say let's lay down the facts.
Listen.
We are laying down the facts.
We're laying down the facts, but right now we're on Fresh Perspective, not DB's podcast, because you're trying to get it out to your people. Listen, tell them to subscribe to Fresh Perspective and come on and they can see this right now. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what it is. Tom Brady, like I said,
Fresh Perspective
last year,
RESH, watch this brain session.
Last year, Tom Brady came into he was suspended for 4 games. Am I correct? He was suspended 4 games. He came back to a 3-1 team. And he played lights out, and he really should have won MVP, but they didn't give it to him because he was suspended for 4 games. But he didn't have his best tight end in Gronkowski. He didn't have it. Now, look at what he's doing this year when we didn't have our best receiver in Julian Edelman, and look at where we at. We're back in 7 times straight. We're back into the AFC Championship game. 7 times. This is 7 times straight.
But go ahead.
Yeah.
7 times straight.
I don't think Edelman is his best receiver. I think
Cooks is his best receiver.
No,
go ahead.
Everybody know Edelman is the best receiver on that football team over Brandon Cooks. That's just being real. Being real. Because Julian Edelman won championships and he performed when it's time to perform. We ain't seen that from Brandon Cooks yet. When it's time, we will see if he's going to perform, and he has a chance to do that against this Jacksonville defense who we going to face on next week. But we going to get to that later. But Tom Brady, what he's doing right now, that shit is legendary, bro. This is legendary what Tom Brady is doing right now, and you have to respect that. And you can't sit there and put guys like Drew Brees and stuff talking about he's coming close to the throne. You can't say he's coming close to the throne because he's not even going to scratch at the door. He's not even scratching at the door of Tom Brady.
I'm gonna ask you a question. I hope you can answer it for the people because they're waiting on this answer. If Tom Brady go out there next week and he does the same thing Drew Brees just did, the last time he touches the field, he got the job done and he has the lead, and Blake Bortles go down there and get the money, what the fuck would you say?
Tom Brady should have played better.
God damn. That's what you're going to say?
Yeah. Let me tell you why. Because for one, I'm going to tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because if you know you got to start defense, if you're a quarterback and you know your defense is not legit, you don't leave it up to your defense to win this game for you. You don't. That's what you don't do. Because you know your defense ain't good. You know your defense is capable of giving up big plays like they did in this game. So why leave it up to your defense to win the game for you? Obviously, that means you were lacking something in your game personally. Let's talk about his game in the first half. Did your quarterback perform in the first half like he should have? No, he didn't. He was pure garbage. I've
never known in the history of football that you play a game for the first half. I always thought it was 4 quarters of football. Am I right?
It is. Hey, guess what? It's 4 quarters of football, but Jacksonville showed you when they balled early, it was good. It was just enough. If they didn't perform in the first half like they should have, they wouldn't have won that ball game. You have to play all 4 quarters. You can't just take off 2 quarters and play the last 2 quarters, play the best 2 quarters of your life. He was garbage. Your boy,
the tip interception, you're not gonna say it was a fluke.
Your boy was garbage in the first half, bro. I'm sorry. Your boy was garbage in the first half. He's the reason why.
Yes or no? Answer the question. Did you say the interception was a fluke? Yes or no?
That interception. Oh, of course. The tip. That one was a fluke. That one was a fluke.
I also gave you the numbers. Then I also gave you
2 though. He threw 2.
I also gave you the numbers.
He threw 2.
I got you on 1. You said 1 was a fluke.
The arm strength. What about his arm strength?
1 was his fault. I said that already. 1 was his fault. He threw the ball in the double coverage. It was no way. That was a bad pass. Y'all want to say arm strength? Fine. Say what you want to say. Because y'all want to talk that arm strength shit when he was throwing them fucking darts in the second half. But here's the point that you try not to make.
Man, he throwing 10-yard out routes, bro. Stop.
Trying to give it to you for the whole time, bro. The Saints team. The Saints team. Without number 9, that team is going to go back with them bags on their head. I'm telling you what's going to happen.
Man, they did it with number 9. What is you talking about?
They did what with number 9?
Went with them bags on their head. What is you talking about? You lost, bro. You lost with number 9 at the helm. This is number 9 team. He did not lead his team accordingly. He did not lead his team accordingly. He didn't perform. He didn't perform. What was his numbers in the first half? What was your quarterback number in the first half?
See, you be mixing this shit up with me, bro. When we was on the field, I'm sitting here telling you that you said 1 interception was a fluke. Then I tell you the illegal shift penalty, they only called that 34 times the entire season. 34. Minnesota and the Saints got called for that penalty 0 times collectively.
Well, guess what? Guess what? They did it today. So it made it 35. They did it today.
Okay. You just make sure you take care of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, that's
later.
We'll talk about that later.
About the Jaguars. That Jaguar defense is as advertised, and they're for real. This is going to be a serious test for Tom Brady. So we can look at it like this: if Tom Brady,
hold on. Go.
They for real. Yeah, they are for real. So basically, what do you think is going to happen next week? Think it's going to be a tight defensive battle, or you think Tom Brady's going to show his greatness and shred this great defense?
For one, Tom Brady is not going to give up 45 points. I mean, the defense, the Patriots are not going to give up 45 points to no Jacksonville, a team with Blake Bortles. Listen, what Blake Bortles did to Pittsburgh, that's just Pittsburgh, okay? I'm gonna just be real. We shredded Pittsburgh last year in the playoffs. And when it comes to playoff time, Pittsburgh just has not been able to perform when they needed to perform. That's just being real. That's just being real. Because we shredded them last year. We shredded them last year. And guess what? They got shredded again today. I went back and I watched film on week 5 and what happened in week 5. And the same stuff that I saw in week 5 was they didn't even come prepared enough to even try to stop what it was that Jacksonville was doing defensively at all period. They ran the same game plan, the same plays. They did the same exact thing against that defense who knew everything it was you did because they whooped you the first time and they turned around and did it again the second time. Guess what? That's a test. That is bad on Mike. That's like DB say, coaching matters. Coaching mattered in that game because the coaches did not do anything differently besides what?
So you're trying to tell me that an offense going up against the number 1 defense in football, one or two defenses in football, whichever one you want to rank them. I think their secondary, the corners is good, but I think overall collectively, Minnesota's defense is better. But you're trying to tell me that you're going up against a top 2 defense in the league, and your offense puts up over 500 yards of offense and 45 touchdowns, and you want to talk shit about Big Ben?
I didn't say nothing about no Big Ben. Who said anything about Big Ben? I said when it comes to playoff time, they did not perform. This is a testament of when you don't play up, when you don't show up. This is a testament of what I said, what happened to the Saints. This is the same thing I said, what happened to the Saints. When you don't show up in the first half, when you don't show up in the first half, guess what? All that, the stats sound good. But when you don't show up in the first half, Listen. Let me help you out on something real quick because this is the reason why y'all lost. If you don't perform in the first half, you leave yourself subject to lose ball games. Even if you could play a hell of a ball game in the second half. But it's what you did in the first half plays effective. It's four-quarter football. It's four-quarter football.
I got one question.
Pittsburgh did not perform in the first half of the ball game.
I ask you a question.
They didn't perform in the first half of the ball game. And look at where they at right now.
I'm gonna ask you a question, and you gonna have the floor. Jeremy just told everybody that you win games in the first half. What you do in the first half dictates.
I did not say. Did I say that? Did I say that?
Okay, clarify. Clarify, please.
This is exactly. See, you talk too much. You don't even listen. Because you listen.
What I just said. What did
you have to play four-quarter ball. You have to play all 4 quarters. You can't just show up for 2 quarters and think you're gonna win the game.
You just changed. First, you was gonna say you got to play 4 quarters. Then you're gonna say what you do in the first half matters. Did you not?
Of course, if you're playing 4 quarters, what you do in the first half matters. If you playing, listen to yourself, DeMarcus. You're trying to make an argument out of something that you're not even listening on. You have to get it
on yourself.
No, I didn't.
I heard you say that you have to play well in the first quarter. Did you not?
Can you listen?
Say that?
Can you listen?
Hold on.
I said you have to play all 4 quarters.
Hold on, Jay. Before you say something, Irvin Hawkins. What did you hear that man say about the first half of football?
What the man said, once again, world, you're listening to Fresh Perspective. Guys are real passionate right now. They talking, they got to get it all out. But basically, man, what Blueprint was saying is that the first half matters. And he's saying that you can't lay an egg in the first 2 quarters.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Stop right there.
You asked Hawk a question. Let him finish. Let him finish.
Stop right there, because he just answered the question for me. So did you say that, yes or no? Did you say you can't lay eggs in the first quarter, in the first half of football game, and come back to win football games? Yes or no? Is that what you said?
You asking me, or you talking to Hawk still?
Is that what you said?
Of course, that's what I'm saying. You can't do that.
So since you said that, I am glad you said that, because guess what? The Falcons blew a 28-3 lead, and when did we get the fucking lead, people? In the first half. So miss me with that bullshit you talking about, bro. Miss me with that. Y'all played like shit last year in the Super Bowl, and then the second half, y'all finished the fucking drill and banged our asses out.
Well, first of all, you're wrong. First of all, let me tell you where you're wrong. Because last year the Patriots, they didn't play like ass. They just wasn't capitalizing. Hold on, they just wasn't capitalizing on plays.
So we all watched the Super Bowl last year.
Can you listen, bro? Can you listen?
We watched the Super Bowl last year. You're trying to tell me with a straight face. You're trying to tell everybody who's listening to us with a straight face. You're trying to tell Irv. You're trying to tell everybody with a straight face that the New England Patriots played good last year in the Super Bowl in the first half.
They was missing plays just by this much. Deep balls, deep touchdowns. They was missing by this much. The pick 6 to Robert Alford. Listen, man. We was missing plays by this much in the Super Bowl. Opportunities to score by this much in the Super Bowl. Falcons was capitalizing off of those.
Okay.
That don't mean that we was playing bad, because we did not change anything that we did from the first half to the second half. We didn't change. We stayed who we was, and you still couldn't stop it.
I appreciate
now, when you talk about teams like the Saints and the Pittsburgh Steelers, when you talk about teams like the Saints and the Pittsburgh Steelers, what we saw today was you not performing. You laid a complete flat egg. First of all, you ain't laid no egg. It wasn't because Drew Brees wasn't playing well or whatever the case may be. You was just flat out sorry. The proof was in the pudding of how these two teams was in the first half. And what you saw was a Jacksonville defense was much more hungrier than the Pittsburgh Steelers. And in this game, you saw Minnesota Vikings defense that was much more hungrier than the New Orleans Saints going into this game. That's what we saw. It ain't had nothing to do. You trying to make it bigger than what it is. What it is the proof is in the pudding. Your team did not perform well at all, period, in the first half. And when they started to do it in the second half, guess what? Your quarterback, number 9, the one you say is the best in the game, who's over Tom Brady, this, that, and the third, he went for 3 and Keenum shot for 7. That's it. I tell you this.
Hey, Blueprint, real quick. You know, we talking about teams that got money at the end. We talking about teams that drove their team down and got it done and made spectacular plays. This was an excellent day for the NFL, excellent day of football. Yesterday, we had a situation where a team drove all the way down, and it was money time. They was within the 20, had one play left to win this game, and they star wide receiver did not get money. So DB, talk to me. How did you even feel about that game? What went wrong?
Ooh.
Falcons had it. Talk to me.
Oh man, we gotta talk about the Falcons. Well, let's just go ahead and put it out here, man. I've never been a fan of Matt Ryan, and I've always felt like it was Julio's team. And what Julio failed to do was let everybody know, including everybody on the team, that it was his team. And on that last drive, he was working their ass all the way down the field. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong?
He was getting money, yes, sir.
When it was money time, he was working their ass all the way down the field. And when they got down in the goal line, I liked the play call on the first down, but I didn't like the throw. I wanted them the ball was playing off. I would have wanted to run a slant or a back shoulder, not no jump ball fade. Or if you're gonna run the jump ball fade, put it in front of them. Regardless of how the ball was thrown, if you want to be known as the great and you want to be known as the best, you make the catch. Fuck the throw. You make the catch. We was down there 4 times, with the Julio 3 times. I can't get mad at. I don't like the play call. Some of them, cool. Julio got the ball. Bail they bum ass out with these bad plays. They throwing the ball to you. You make it happen. When they threw that touchdown to you against the Patriots in the end zone in the regular season, that throw was horrible. Horrible. But you made a play. That's what they needed you to do. And for that reason alone, that's why you're not the #1 receiver in the league in most people's eyes, because you didn't catch it when it was time for you to catch it.
Okay, I see you over there making faces, Blueprint. What's your opinion?
This is my take on it. I told y'all yesterday, Nick Foles outplayed Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan might have had a better passer rating, but DB posted something earlier in the week that I'm not really a fan of, but he seemed to be a fan of it, and that's QBR. When you look at the QBR, hold on. Did you not post it? Did you post QBR? Why did you post QBR? Why did you post QBR? Why did you post it? Why?
To break down the definition of the QBR, because I said this is a stat that I rarely use. This is verbatim, quote for quote. I said this is something that I rarely use or never use because I don't understand it. But here's what it is. Tell the truth, nigga. Don't fucking lie, bro. No.
You posted that for a reason, because obviously, hold on. Obviously, the reason why you posted that is because you probably felt as though Drew Brees had a better QBR than Tom Brady. That's why you went there. That's why you went there.
Right now, how would I feel that way when Drew Brees is at 96.7 and a QBR and Tom Brady is at 98.7? How the fuck would I feel that way? And Tom is ahead of him. So how you gonna say that way?
It was a reason why you posted it. You ain't gonna tell the truth. But when you talk about QBR, Matt Ryan's QBR in this game was a 22. Matt Ryan's QBR in this game was a 22 and a half. And Nick Foles' QBR in this game was at a 47. To me, that was the difference. Somebody made more plays when this man, Nick Foles, was 23 of 30, 7 incompletions for 246 yards. Matt Ryan was 22 of 36 with 210 yards, matter of fact. But the one who moved the ball down the field the most was Nick Foles.
But hold on,
Matt Ryan was averaging 5 yards per pass, bro.
But Jeremy,
5 yards per pass.
But hold on, Jeremy. Let's be honest though.
With the best receiver in the game.
But Jeremy, when it was money time, Matt Ryan had them in scoring distance.
That shit was a combination of a lot of stuff, bro. We had the ball. And we threw 3 fucking straight passes. We didn't run the ball.
I'm gonna be honest. That's Julio Jones' fault because the ball was in his hands. I'm sorry. You catch that. That's what you catch.
That ball went between his hands.
It touched his fingers. It went right through him. It went right through him. That's on Julio Jones. But I'm not gonna say Julio Jones is not the best wide receiver in the game. I think Julio Jones is still up there with the top tier receivers in the game. Perhaps he could go 1A, 1B with Antonio Brown. I don't know. It's a toss up when you have them two. But I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and bash. I'm not going to bash. First of all, I'm not going to bash a guy in Julio Jones who, he put the team on his back. Julio Jones put the team on his back. Did he or did he not?
He put the team on his back, and it was time to carry us. He didn't carry us. That's why he ain't.
The man had 16 targets. He had 16 targets in that game. He had 9 catches for 101 yards. Although he did not score.
I just care about the last 2 targets. Catch one of them.
He had to. He should have. And I think we agree. I think we agree.
Hold on, bro. But how you gonna sit here and you talk about the greatness with is Tom Brady and how he's able to deliver in time? But when we go to another position and another player, and it was time for him to deliver in time, and he don't deliver in time, you give him a pass. Explain that to me.
Let me tell you why I get that man a pass. You said it's a lot that took place within that play, right? A whole lot that took place in that play, right?
So why you give him a pass? You
was all on me last night about a face mask that didn't mean a hill of beans on Derrick Henry last night. Am I wrong, right or correct?
Face mask. But you going away.
There was a face.
No, I ain't going nowhere. No, listen to what I'm saying. There was the pass interference. There was a pass interference on Julio Jones prior. There was a pass interference on Julio Jones prior to him making that catch. Am I right or wrong?
I want to know. This is what I want to know from you. You always be going away from the question. These be yes or no answer questions. The question was, Tom Brady can do this, and it's okay. He can come up short sometime, and it's okay. He doesn't do it rarely, but it happens. But if Julio do it, he gets a pass. But number 9 do it, and he don't. What kind of shit is that?
Because you try to compare, you try to put your boy number 9 up there in the level of where Tom Brady is. Your boy ain't even scratching on the damn door with Tom Brady. I don't know why you try to put him up there with him. It ain't about you try to put him up there with him because you want to pad the stats with Tom Brady. You ain't finna do that. You put him up there when he got rings, then you put him up there. We didn't talk about look, but I'm just letting you know. The reason why Julio Jones is getting the pass from me is because when you look at that play, with Julio Jones,
so I think you understand what I'm about to say very clearly. Since Bill Belichick and Tom Brady has been on the same team together, the New England Patriots has only lost 6 games in a season one time. That's 17 years. One time. 10-6 or better every time. In the last 7 years, your ass ain't lost less than 4.
First of all, when we had Matt Castle, we was 11-5. Get your stats correct, bro. When you talk about my team, we was 11-5 with Matt Castle. We won no 10-6. Okay.
What year was Matt Castle?
Stop the 10-6. Stop the 10-6 argument.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Stop the 10-6 argument. It was 11-5.
11-5. So I got 1 game off. What about the 9-7?
But you was off. You was off. But listen though. Can I finish? You asked me why. You asked me why Julio Jones get a pass. I'm telling you why Julio gets a pass.
Wow. You want to
sit here. You want to sit here and pick and choose when to talk about penalties and stuff like that in the game. Last night, like I said, you made a big argument about the Derrick Henry face mask. But then you didn't say nothing when Julio Jones gets a pass interference in the end zone that when they missed that call on him. When did you say? When did you say?
Oh, you forgot last night when Hall put the picture up. He put the picture up and said, "Oh, Julio got to catch that." I said, "Yeah, he got to catch that." After the guy pushed him down and get back up.
We talking about on the feed. On the feed. You ain't said it on. You ain't said it on wax though. You talking about in the feed. We talking about you saying it.
Yes or no?
No, right now.
That's when we discussed it in the feed.
That's why Julio gets a pass, bro. That's why Julio gets a pass.
How you get a pass?
He get a pass for that. He get a pass for that. They should have called that because they should have called that. The same reason why I don't give Alabama credit for winning their championship because of all the missed calls that was in that game.
Let's understand this right. Help me if I get it wrong. But you said Julio Jones get a pass because it was pass interference on the play. He got up, still made a play on the football, went through his hands, which is going to go down as a drop, and he gets a pass. But number 9, walk off the field with the lead. 14 seconds to go. His DB
supposed to be the GOAT.
Hold on, bro. His DB got 1 job.
He's supposed to be the GOAT, though.
His DB got 1 job, and he don't do that 1 job. And Drew Brees a bum?
I ain't say he was a bum. I ain't say he was a bum, but he don't get no pass from me when you try to put him on the level of Tom Brady. He don't get no pass.
I get it, bro. I just want to make sure everybody know how biased you are.
Why? That ain't being biased. That's just being real. When you sit there and put a guy and say he's on the same level, when you put a guy, hold on. Can I ask you a question? When you sit there and you put a guy on the same level as Tom Brady, because you was talking earlier, you were saying is Drew Brees scratching at the throne of Tom Brady? Is he scratching at the throne? First of all, he ain't nowhere near the throne of Tom Brady. So why is it that we even having this argument?
Why isn't he near the throne of Tom Brady? Tell the people there's one reason why he ain't at the throne of Tom Brady, and you're about to say it right now. Go.
You say it because you already know why. You yourself, you know why.
Don't say it.
Let the host get some. Let the host get some. I'm gonna say the reason why I was saying that he was scratching at the throne of Tom Brady, because if you're just talking about raw quarterback skills, when you're talking about leadership, you're talking about accuracy, you're talking about what he does, how he drives the engine of that team. Drew Brees is great and is unmatched by not many people in this game. So the reason why I was saying is he's scratching at the throne, because if he did get a shot to go head to head, Patriots Saints match wits, and they win that game, you got to put him in the conversation, because you got to be honest. Drew Brees has not had the teams that Tom Brady has had. That's why Tom got, 5? And Drew got 1. But when you talk about raw quarterback skills, ability, Drew Brees is up there. Got to give him his props.
Listen, I said Drew Brees is good, but he just ain't great to me. I'm sorry. He just ain't great. What greatness to me is more than you having leadership. Jameis Winston got leadership, but is he great? Accuracy. Aaron Rodgers has. See, when you now that is a guy who you can start comparing to. You can say him and Aaron Rodgers may be on the same level when you talk about those guys. You can put them in the same room, in the same vicinity. Okay, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Eli Manning, and those guys. You can put all them in the same vicinity, but you can't put them up there with TB12. TB12 is on a whole nother level. He on a whole nother level than them. And I told you where because his postseason, because he performs in the postseason. He performs in the postseason. His winning percentage in the postseason is better than your boys. His winning percentage in the postseason is better than your boys. He has more Super Bowl MVPs than your boys. He has more rings than your boy.
Another level because he has
more league MVPs than your.
Hold on, bro. We all know in the NFL MVP award generally goes to the team that has the best record and the best player on their team. They have rarely gave it to the best player in the league at the time, because if that was the case, every one of Tom Brady's big time Super Bowl run season when he played phenomenal, he would have more than the 3 or 4 MVPs that he has. And Drew.
And how many do your boy have?
Huh?
How many do Drew Brees have?
He got 1. He
got 1 league MVP.
And the one league MVP year he got was not one of the 5 seasons. He threw for 5,000. Ain't that some shit? How, Sway? The MVP award, whether it's the NBA or the NFL or the MLB, rarely goes to the best player. If that was the case, I can make a case for you that Tom Brady would have more. He would have more MVP trophies.
And so will Kobe Bryant, but you know that's the NBA.
Huh?
I said, and so will Kobe Bryant, but that's just how he was snubbed in the NBA.
I don't like that regular season MVP. I don't like the regular season MVP conversation. That shit is bogus.
Well, you still got to perform.
AP got an MVP.
You got to perform. You got to perform. You got to win games.
Adrian Peterson got an MVP award because he led Minnesota to the playoffs. They got a divisional game. They was like the 5th seed, and he rushed for 2,000 yards. They gave him the MVP. And Tom Brady was busting the league's ass that year. So miss me with that.
Miss you.
So basically what we're saying, let's bring it back home. We're talking about Drew Brees' greatness and why we even was trying to put him in the same conversation as TB12 in the first place. So before we end this show, I'm going to give you one more chance, DB. Why is Drew Brees in the same conversation as TB12?
You know why he's in the same conversation with TB12? Because when you take away the accomplishments of the team, you're going to see that number 9 when it comes to passing the quarter, when it comes to passing the football, everything that Tom Brady had, Drew Brees is better at it statistically. That's why he's in there. Mind you, he does have an MVP and he does have a Super Bowl, but make no mistake about it. Tom Brady has had more chances in situations to be great, not only for his individual greatness, but for the greatness of his coaching staff and the greatness of his team. His teams have always been better than Drew Brees. I will tell you right now, till I'm blue in the face, that the worst Patriot defense that Tom Brady has ever had, the worst one, is probably going to be top 5 for Drew Brees. I promise you that.
Our defense now is not even good.
Okay. So I'll tell you this.
I guarantee you right now, that defense you got right now, when they gave up that Coco that they gave up this afternoon, guarantee.
Right, now DB made his point. Now, Blueprint, final point. Why is nobody in the same conversation as TB12, not even Joe Montana?
Well, Tom Brady superseded Joe Montana when it comes to playoff wins, Super Bowls, Super Bowl MVPs. Tom Brady has superseded in all of that. But that's why I said when you try to put Drew Brees in that category, when you look at guys like the Joe Montanas, the guys who did not win, I put Drew Brees on levels like the Warren Moons, the Dan Marinos, but Drew Brees, what he have over them is a Super Bowl. What he has over them is a Super Bowl. But I put him in those categories. I can't put Drew Brees right there with Tom Brady because I just haven't seen enough of Drew Brees really performing when it counts, and that's in the postseason. You play the game. When you play the game, you don't play the game to pass stats. You play the game to win. Every season you try to win a championship. That's what your goal is. That's the team goal. That should be your individual goal to win a championship. You play to win rings. And weekend, and every week, and every year we see every time we see Tom Brady and the Patriots step up to the plate every year. Consistency has always been there. Consistency, whether if we don't have the best roster, guess what? Tom still finds a way to win. So they still find a way to win. It ain't, and that's what we fell in the miss here. There's been times where Tom Brady ain't even had the best at anything. Tom Brady ain't even had the best at anything, and I promise you, he still found a way to win. DB, I gave you your floor. Give me mine. I gave you your floor. I let you talk about Drew Brees. I let you.
Go ahead, bro. You good.
All I'm saying is that when you talk about TB12, you can't just try to slide a guy in his conversation, in his room, on his throne. You can't just try to slide a guy in Drew Brees who just has not performed when it matters. He ain't performed when it matters. You can't put him in that conversation because Tom Brady gonna look at it like this. This is how Tom Brady looks at it. He don't care about how many yards you got because guess what? Your offense may not do the same thing my offense does. We are week to week when it comes to what we do offensively. And DB, if you want to tell the truth, tell the truth. Yeah. We switch up offensively. Tom Brady, if he wanted to throw for 5,000 yards in a season, then guess what? If that's their goal as a team, then he will accomplish that goal easily. Easily. But we play the game. This is why we're good and why we're successful and why we always win. It's because we take each game different than what everybody. Y'all go into the same game doing what? The same thing you do every single week. And sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You lose heartbreak games like this. But while the Patriots have always been on top for a long period of time, it's because week in and week out, they play to the other team's strengths and weaknesses. If a team can't stop the run, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna take the ball out of Tom Brady's hands and force that team to stop them from running the football.
Yeah.
If a team can't stop the pass, guess what we're gonna do? Drop back 53 times and make you defend the pass.
I forgot to fail to mention. I forgot to fail to mention that the legendary Tom Brady and Belichick has never finished less than number 2 in their division in the 17-year career that they've been together. Number 2 in the division. I just wanted to put that out there. They play both.
This is funny. It's like y'all want Tom Brady to be sorry so you can solidify an argument for Drew Brees.
You play in the worst division.
Y'all kill me with that.
I want you to tell me with that. The worst division in football is yours.
You still got Matt Ryan in your division, a guy who you don't even give credit, but he's a Super Bowl MVP.
He's a league MVP.
Man.
We got 3 MVPs.
We're gonna have to cut. Hey, listen, y'all could go all night on this one. We can't do it. Hey, we got
Ryan Tanner here, Jay Cutler.
Hey, DB, chill. We gotta cut this one short, man. This has been a passionate show. This has been a strong show. Please tell your friends. Fresh Perspective. Follow us. Hit that like button. Tell people. Share this video, man. Woo, they was going in today. It was mad sparks. We had an excellent weekend of football. We're going to see y'all again tomorrow at our regular scheduled time on Monday. But we had to do this immediate reaction show because the NFL these teams definitely put on a show. So we're about to end this one, man. Peace and blessings. We might need to get a poll after this one, boy.
Ain't no
y'all
poll.
was going in.
We don't need no poll, Hawk. Tell them peace and blessings and meet me right now on Facebook Live. We're going to finish this shit right now. Let's go.
I'm coming. Let's go.
Man, DB and Red Form. Hey, peace and blessings.